Okay, if you're shorter than the man in front of you.
Come all the way in. Come all the way in. So you can be all the way.
Goodness. Forward of you. She needs to not forward of you.
Okay, we're live now. Good morning. And we're thankful for all of you who have shown up. Also those who are seeing this by way of live stream. But before we begin to share any information, let us pray first. Father, we thank you for this wonderful day and the privilege of being alive. But dear Lord, our life just shows, dear Lord, that we live for another day. And we are asking, dear Lord, that you guide us through this process of preparation. Guide us through the storm that is out on the ocean and see us through all difficulties. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
So we thank you for coming this morning. And we are blessed to have with us members of the faith community, the churches, who I believe, before it's all said and done, will add their assistance to our efforts as well. But here's some important points that we need to make at this time. Then we will have questions, and then we'll also have some explanations by other persons as the need arises. But Hurricane Florence is predicted to make land early Friday morning. And it is not too early at this point in time to start making real preparations for Hurricane Florence. If you do not feel safe in your own homes and in your own locations, you may self-evacuate if at all possible. As of 12 o'clock today, our town hall, senior center, and recreation center will be closed for business and will remain closed for the rest of the week. Our fire department began on yesterday to go to our low-lying areas, particularly the areas along the Little River, to post evacuation information. And more will come from Chief William about that process. The town will provide the Spring Lake Transit system to help with evacuation if it is necessary. And also the county will provide us with a school bus. The school bus will be used for those who were able to get in and out. The Spring Lake Transit system will be used for those who perhaps face some kind of handicap. Now, one important thing is, and we know that many people have pets and they love their pets, but to evacuate and take care of your pets would be the responsibility of the owner. The town or the county can take that responsibility. So if there's anything that the town of Spring Lake cannot do, or if someone feels rushed to get to Safe Haven, you may, at your own expense and opportunity, look into what's available in privately owned, privately sponsored, or even church-sponsored shelters. And another important aspect here is that if the winds ever exceed 45 miles per hour, no vehicles will be dispatched from the police department nor the fire department. That's 45 miles per hour once the wind reaches that point. You also advised to keep all of your receipts for food, for fuel, for water, in the event you have insurance claims that you want or need to be paid off. I've been informed also by way of media that all public libraries will close today at 12 o'clock, and they will be closed until further notice. Now, at the time we're doing this press release, Cumberland County is also doing one as well, and we have been advised at this time not to announce where our shelter will be located. They want to do that first. And with that in mind, Our orders have to pretty much come from the county, who in turn get theirs from the governor. So when we do things, we have to follow, and it's always better to follow the chain of command, because for us to do something and we make a wrong step, it could send a lot of mixed and wrong messages. So we first of all depend upon the governor to declare a state of emergency, allow the county to set some rules and stipulations and regulations, then we follow and then we fit those things that we have to do in with what has already been laid out to us. So at this time, let me just turn it over to Mr. Gerald, the town manager, that he may address you with any issues that he deemed necessary or anything that I may have missed. Mr. Gerald.
Thank you, Mayor. Once again, we're glad you came out today. We're also welcoming people over the internet. Again, if you are in a low-lying area that's close to a low area that holds water, we're asking you to evacuate. The evacuations are not mandatory, but they are best advised. Currently, the fire chief is going around and asking people to evacuate. I think he started yesterday. Started yesterday. He's also doing so today. So we're asking that you do everything in your power to preserve yourself. So when going forward, if you have a pet, you're going to have to secure that pet on your own. We are not securing pets. The county, like I said, they're doing a press release currently right now. Their press release will stipulate where the shelter will be located. And again, since we had two people walk in, I will reiterate what the mayor stated. Hurricane Florence is predicted to make landfall early Friday morning. If you do not feel safe in your own domicile, please self-evacuate. The town hall, the senior center, and the recreation department will all be closing today at 12 p.m. As far as the water bills, we did not mention that. There will be no late fees this month for the water bills, but it's just for this month. The town hall, the senior center, and recreation department will be shut down for the remainder of the week. The Spring Lake Fire Department, as I mentioned earlier, will be going to all low-lying areas and advising those residents to leave. If you need help, the town will help evacuate you. The town does have its buses, and they will have a bus provided by Cumberland County. The Spring Lake bus, I can confirm, can help people with disabilities, handicaps, wheelchairs, things of that nature. So if you need to call for that service, that number is 910-436-0337. Again, that number is 910-436-0337. Please feel free to Google all nonprofit agencies and churches for any lodging capabilities and any special needs that you may need that you cannot provide for yourself and that the county and the city will not be providing. Please look to those nonprofit agencies and churches. Feel free to Google search those. If the winds get above 45 miles an hour, it is not safe for our first responders to go out and get you. Once those winds get to that speed, we will not be coming out. So it's advisable to leave now. Keep all of your receipts. Keep all of your receipts for fuel, water, and fuel, food, and water. Typically, FEMA will come in and help where you have shortfalls, where your insurance doesn't cover. So you need, if you have any expenditures related to this event, any expenditures, hotel stays, food stays, gas stays, water, please keep those receipts. You know, and if you lose things like me, because I always lose things, just take a picture of them on your phone. Just take a picture of them on your phone. And typically that phone is backed up to a cloud. So you will be able to see. The libraries will not be open. They are not sheltered. They will be closed today at 12. And again, everybody has one assignment, and that is to survive the storm. That is your job. So with that, does anybody have any questions?
Stated that Mr. Williams will be going around knocking on doors. He began yesterday. He had questions last night in church, Old Hill area. You'll be going there today to let them know as well as the hotels. Have you been in contact with the hotels? Because what I'm hearing, a lot of them are full already.
Most of the hotels are full. The hotels, I have not confirmed this, but we don't know really about the backup capabilities. So what you want to do is get to high ground. So you may be inconvenienced. There may be some power outage. You may hear a lot of sounds you've never heard before. I know I lived through Hugo, a 300-year-old tree breaking will make a noise like you have never heard. Do not go to the window and look. Do not go look at what's going on outside. Your job is to survive the storm.
And what is the safest area in your home?
Typically, you want to go to some place that does not have a window. Sometimes they say bathrooms. I'm not sure because it all depends upon how your house is configured, whether it's on top or the bottom. If it's on the top, it's not a safe place. I think those questions should probably be answered by the fire chief.
If anywhere, to answer your question, if anywhere you have where you do, the storm is really coming in and the wind's really blowing, hallways are always great. Somewhere like that, if you have solid walls around you, anywhere that has a solid wall is always great. Close all the doors and then kind of stay in that hallway area if the winds is really pushing, you feel like it's doing some damage to your home.
Now, you said close all the doors in the hallway. Some individuals open their windows, and I'm hearing that it draft would flow in your home and blow objects down. So always keep your windows closed.
That is correct. Right now we're looking at winds could go up to 70, maybe 80 miles an hour in gusts. So yeah, it's always safer to leave. Secure everything you have outside so they don't come through your windows, and also make sure that your windows are sealed as much as you can in your doors.
Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
Someone from the audience. Yes, sir.
You spoke on a curfew program that you were going to instill. I just wanted to ask what your plan is for that.
The county posted a curfew from beginning today or this evening from dusk to dawn. They imposed that on today. We're not at this point inclined to do anything differently than what the county has imposed, because again we are under their jurisdiction, and I think the way it was worded is that all areas outside of town limits are unincorporated. Now, keep in mind that anyone caught on in the streets here can be stopped by a deputy if you're within that curfew time. So at this point, I'm just going to wait and see what the county says about that, seeing that the storm is not scheduled to get here until Friday. Because to tell someone today that, well, it's not even raining, that they're under a curfew, I just need to wait on the side of caution and compliance with the county to try to render a judgment on that. But I will say, if the county says so, then what they have said for you to do, because they do have jurisdiction. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
To the fire chief, sir, I've heard that many people use the technique of putting tape on windows, and some do boarding. What would you advise is the best way?
It definitely, I don't think we're at the point of have to board your house up. If they want to put tape on it, that just keeps the shatter down. If it falls, it kind of sticks together. If they want to do that, that's great. But boarding your house up, I don't think you need to go to that point of it right now.
Good morning. You spoke about the low-lying areas. Where are the low-lying areas located?
Anywhere, well, I don't know how long you've been in the area, but 3 years ago, 2015, we had Matthew come through. Anywhere it was flooded. We're hitting those low-lying areas. Anywhere it was affected by Matthew before, we're going back to those same areas because we have more water dumped on us now than we did then. So if you were affected by water then, we want you definitely to, relocate to a shelter. So it's harder for us to get to you if you've already flooded out and you've waited too long. It's easier to get there earlier.
Okay, I live in the Deerfield area, and with Matthew, I remember that Little River was overflowed. Is that part of the low-lying area?
Yes, Little River is the way it follows through. Deerfield, no ma'am, you're not really in a low line there. You'll be fine.
Deerfield did flood. It did have flooding. The water was very high.
Yeah, I think that was a draining issue that we had at the time. But still, if you feel like you need to go, by all means, go to a shelter, and then we can get you back home later on.
Okay.
Okay?
Thank you.
Thank you. Mary, you stated that if the winds picked up to 45, that our first responders will not be out for extreme emergencies, and hopefully we don't have any, somebody heart attack or whatever, get overwhelmed. Are we still 911 capability?
Our instructions are, if winds exceed 45 miles per hour, there will be no vehicle on the road. Now, that may sound tough, but now if 911 was to receive a call and the winds are 50, 60, 80 miles per hour, that would be a judgment call, I think, on their part. But we're saying, based on the information that we have been given, that wind speeds above 45 miles per hour will necessitate vehicles to be parked. Unless the chief or the fire chief have anything to.
Unless a extreme emergency. I think that's what it stated.
You're correct
That's right.
on that. What they'll do is at 50 miles an hour, as it says in the county, they will not dispatch. But we'll be able to, they'll let us know that we have calls. If it comes out of a heart attack or something like we're pretty close, we'll still be able to try to roll something out there for that. But we have to make the judgment on that call, how dangerous it is. So yeah, it's not that you won't have any help at all. It might just take us a little bit longer to get there.
Thank you.
And so we just don't like sticking anything on the road after that. They won't dispatch it after 50 miles an hour.
Okay, thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
How about items outside of the home? Like lighters or picnic tables, chairs, things of that nature, and trash cans.
Please, your trash can, you may not think about it, but please store it. Put a heavy item in it to keep it from being blown around. Your lawn chairs, things of that nature. If you have a garage, please store them. Like I said, all pets, you're going to have to secure them with your own person. Your flower pots, things like I said, any loose items you have around your house, please secure them. And the water is strong, so if you have something like a ramp that you get on, that you have to enter and exit your house with, a ramp, those ramps will float away. That water will push it up and float it away from your house. So something like a flower pot or a trash can, it will get floated away too and could crash into your house, and also with the winds. So Take it when you go home today. Take a good look at your domicile. Look at it, and any loose laying items that you have, please secure those items.
What have y'all done to upgrade the Little River?
That is a U.S. Army Corps of Engineer item. Typically, they go around and clear the river to allow for the flow of water. They do not dredge rivers in North Carolina. If they dredge the river, you have more capacity, but they do not dredge rivers. At least not typically, not below the Little River.
Chief McDuffie, are you calling in extra officers for security and protection of the residents?
To answer that question, yes, we will have additional staff available. Pretty much the entire staff of the nodes are not generally assigned to work. Will be on call. Actually, will be available in town. Some of the officers will be staying in hotels to ensure that they are here and they are not being called in from their homes.
Thank you.
I have a few other bullet points that have been posted by Senator Tom Tillman, and I will read most of them. There is the potential for power outages and major flooding in low-lying areas. And his advice is to have emergency supplies in place at home, at work, and in the car, including bottled water, non-perishable food items for 3 to 7 days for each family member, prescribed medications, first aid kits, flashlights, and extra bags. And this is most importantly, and this is what all of us can again fit in, create an emergency communication plan with your family before the hurricane. And I might even add to that with your neighbors, because all neighbors don't have social media. They still depend sometimes on our older phone system. So as we often do, find a buddy who may not have the resources we have, and allow and make sure that they are kept up to date on the changes. Know where family members will be during the storm and how to get in touch with them. I think that it is safe to say that even our family members who live out of town make our attempts to let them know that we are still well and doing okay even through the storm. He also advises to check your insurance coverage and gather all the important documents, and also knowing where your local evacuation plan is and how to receive alerts. These are things from our Senator Tillman. For life-threatening emergencies, call 911. And for road closures, call 511. For shelter locations, here's a website, redcross.org. And for volunteer opportunities, nvoad.org. And this is from one of our senators regarding this incoming storm. Are there other questions?
Chief McDuffie, would you have anything to add that we might not think of?
No, I think pretty much everything's been covered. As for the public safety standpoint, we'll have staff available, all staff will be available. We'll do the best that we can to ensure that we still cover protection and security of the community.
Thank you.
Just a couple things. Dealing with after the storm has passed through, I'm looking at the closure here, and I want you to be notified that myself and Ms. Jackson have direct contact with the food bank. So if you run across situations feel free to get up with us by way of the town. Thank you.
Are there other questions? We are about ready to close. We're just, again, waiting for the county, and we don't know where they are in their press release or their press conference to share with us where the shelter clinic is going to be. But we just don't want to sit here waiting hours about it.
Right.
And nothing from them.
Nothing from the county.
So how do we know about the shelter? Are we listening to the media? Will you be contacting us coming back? Because if we're not supposed to be on the road, and we're waiting on the county, so it'll be a follow-up? Is that what it is?
You mean for the shelter?
The shelter as
Before
well
we-
as the front curfew?
Well, until I get clarity on the curfew, I can't say anything until.
Right, what I'm saying, do we listen to the media? Is it for the updates?
Well, let's listen to the media. Let's listen, if I get it, anything different, I'll post it as widespread as I can. Yes, ma'am?
There's an app, it's on the fire department's sign, and Chief Williams told me about it, readync.org.
Okay.
And it stays up to date. It is like awesome.
Okay.
It gives you updates, it gives you alerts.
Excuse me, could come to the mic and share that with those who listen.
Yes, there is an app. It's readync.org. It gives you updates, it gives you alerts, and any information you want, you can get it from that app.
Again, thank the churches because we believe that you will be very helpful and instrumental in getting the word out through your social media, direct contact with your worshipers as well. So erring on the side of culture because we don't just want you to sit here out about it. I'm going to say, is that okay?
That's okay.
And if anybody's in trouble, it'll be me. Okay, W.T. Brown is the shelter. W.T. Brown is the shelter. It will not be the rec center. It will not be any of the other 3 schools in Spring Lake. It is W.T. Brown. And this is the one that will be manned by the Red Cross, as well as the one that has been picked out by Cumberland County. Again, there are other places that one can go, if they so choose, but they will be under the direction of churches and other private organizations. And with that bit of information, we were trying to I've been told to make sure that we know that W.T. Brown will not be available until school dismisses, which is on a 3-hour early release schedule today. I think that 1 o'clock is about the time for early release of students today. So they won't. Okay, I've been told that they need time to set up. Getting a lot of information. Get it by bit too. But they need time. Once the students are dismissed, they will need time to set up. But W.T. Brown will be the site. And with that, unless there are no more questions, yes, sir.
Okay, with W.T. Brown being identified now, is there a POC or a number that one can call to see when it's available for populated? Do we know yet?
We will, if you just would use the number that I gave previously,
The 436?
the 436
0336.
0337 number, there will be somebody on the switchboard to give you that answer when we have it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you. Thank you for coming.
Thank you all for coming out. All right.